He made filmmakers of all of us. That was one thing I can say. And I don't mean that he necessarily made directors of us, but we worked as a group. He was a great one for putting together a group of people and then basically requiring that you all just got on with it, under his eye, of course, but it was a very, very collaborative experience. I mean, the Caravaggio, which was the first film I made with him, and for those of you who haven't seen it, there are really very precise setups in the film that are modeled very closely to the paintings, Caravaggio's paintings. I remember grips and sparks telling Derek that maybe the lighting wasn't quite right in a way that I've never seen since, you know, and he was always, we all made the films together. When he died, it was a bit of a shock for me. I mean, not a shock because we kind of knew he was dying, but here's the thing. When he died, lots of things died, kind of coincidentally. There was a moment of culturally that really ended at that moment. And there was a political shift, and there was a whole way of making films that was really impossible for us after that. You know, the BFI production arm was disbanded, and the lottery, there was time before the moment when films were funded through the lottery system. The UK Film Council didn't exist. Or the whole way of putting films together in this country changed radically. And I have to say, I find it very strange because I live really in an alien situation now, because I live in the far north of Scotland. I have 10-year-old twins, and when they were born, I went to live in the far north of Scotland, and I really have almost nothing to do with London anymore. So my access to the filmmaking in London, in particular, is really cauterized. I don't really know. You'd have to tell me what's going on. I come here probably less than anywhere. And I'm sad about that because, I'm sad that way of making films has well, let's say, optimistically it'll rise again, but it's become very difficult. One of the reasons that I was attracted to doing the Narnia films in the first place was because Derek always used to tell me about an experience of standing on a subway or a bus in New York with standing next door to this little old lady and being struck to the heart with terror in his 40s and not understanding why. And then it was only when she got off the bus and she was walking along, he looked out the window and he saw her profile, and it was that woman who played the Wicked Witch of the West in the Wizard of Oz, which was his favourite film. And I know he was, when I was asked to do this, I know he was saying, do it for me. He is a great one for iconic witches.